Hi, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here with Judging Freedom. Today is Thursday, August 11th, 2022. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon here on the East Coast of the United States. My guest is one of my favorite physicians with whom I love to speak, Dr. Joel Wallach. Dr. Wallach is an internationally recognized naturopathic physician. His goal in his life's work has been to stimulate the body, to stimulate nature so that the body will heal itself. As we speak, my producer will be putting up judginghealth.com, which is the website that Dr. Wallach created for Judging Freedom viewers, from which you can choose to order a variety of supplements and medications, all of which personally created and crafted by Dr. Wallach. And you can also speak with people who work with and for Dr. Wallach, who can guide you through the various, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Wallach, thousands of options available to them for their various ailments. Dr. Wallach, it's a pleasure. Welcome here.
Well, thank you, Your Honor. It's an honor to be talking with you and your followers and listeners.
Thank you. Thank you. Today, I want you to talk about arthritis. I want you to tell us what arthritis is, what the various 3 or 4 or 5 types of arthritis are.
Sure.
And then I'm going to ask you, after you come up for a little bit of air, what mainstream medicine and big pharma prescribe for arthritis, and what you prescribe to stimulate the body to cure its own arthritis.
Okay, well said. Great questions. Thank you so much, Your Honor. It's an honor to be with you, and I can't thank you enough for the opportunity to share with your followers. Well, first of all, the population of the United States is 332,228,200. There's 58.5 million cases of active arthritis in the United States, and arthritis is a degenerative state of the joints, specifically of the joints. Osteoporosis includes the joints and the long bones, but arthritis is just a degeneration of the joints, the cartilage and the bones and the ligaments and tendons and so forth. And I'm going to go back to like 1850, 1890, and rickets was a terrible thing, which was simply arthritis in kids. And they had bow legs and arthritis in their hips and knees and backs and stuff. It was a mess. And then in 1920, some nutritionists began to put vitamin D3 on milk, dairy cow milk that was on the shelves in the stores, 1920 and 1923, and we eliminated arthritis in kids. We eliminated the rickets in kids, which is arthritis in kids, okay? 24% of Americans have arthritis, 58.5 million cases, 24%. Juvenile arthritis right now has come back. It's a 16-year-old. We have 300,000 at any one time active, 300,000 active cases of arthritis in 16-year-olds and younger.
How would 16-year-olds get arthritis? It's not contagious. How do they get it?
Well, it's a nutritional deficiency disease. And instead of drinking the milk off the shelf with the vitamin D3 in it, they're drinking colas. There's no nutrition in colas. Okay, and that's why it's coming back in the kids. Okay, and so that was a very good question you asked. Okay, there's 3 million cases of juvenile arthritis in the world under the age of 16. 3 million cases. Okay, which is what used to be called rickets. And then there's rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, RA. Doctors want you to believe that's an autoimmune disease. The body's attacking itself. But rheumatoid arthritis is just a simple nutritional deficiency arthritis with a secondary infection with a bug called mycoplasma, which is killable with an antibiotic called minocycline, like the bait fish, minocycline. But that's a prescription drug, so you have to get a 6 weeks prescription from your doctor, and then you use that along with our Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, and rheumatoid arthritis will go away in 2 to 6 weeks, even if you've had it for 45 years. It's not an autoimmune disease. It's not a genetic disease. It's very simple infection on top of a nutritional deficiency arthritis. Right now, each year in America, just to treat arthritis symptoms, not to prevent it or cure it, just to treat the symptoms, Judge, we're spending $626.8 billion just to treat the
Ooh.
symptoms of arthritis.
So Big Pharma loves that.
Oh, Big Pharma loves it. Orthopedic surgeons love it. Doctors in general practice love it. Okay. And it's because it's a very simple nutritional deficiency disease. And doctors treat it by giving the patient cortisone, prednisone. And of course, the patients love it. Oh, I love my doctor. I had such joint pain forever. And he gave me cortisone and prednisone, and the pain went away in 3 days. I'm going to leave everything in my will to my doctor because I love him because he got rid of my pain. But the doctor is still milking the dairy cow, right?
Right.
Okay. And then lupus is kind of a thing that goes along with that. Okay. Lupus is a joint disease, a skin disease, also involves the intestines, irritable bowel syndrome, and skin disease. And so what I like to do for arthritis and as its basic thing is to give the body the nutrients it needs to maintain itself. We need 90 essential nutrients. And our program for arthritis, no matter what type you have, the basic program is you need the 90 essential nutrients. We have our big hammer, I call it, which covers something like 600 different diseases. It's called the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. Okay, it has 215 nutrients in it, including the 90 essential nutrients, which everybody knows about: 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids. But the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack has 215 nutrients, including that primary 90 essential nutrients. And then I want them to have our MSM. I want 2 bottles a month of MSM, so they can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time, and they're designed to provide the minerals necessary to make cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone breaks with bone itself, including bone marrow, to make white blood cells, platelets, red blood cells, and antibodies for your immune system.
Okay,
And
a couple of questions. How
sure.
would a person say, let's say I had stiffness in my wrist and my hand. Let's just use me as the example. How would I know what to take? Would your website help negotiate me through that? Do I have to consult with you or with someone else? And how long would I have to take these supplements for?
Okay, I'm going to start at the end and go forward. How long do you need to take the supplements? Well, how long do you need oxygen, Judge?
Forever.
Okay. How long do you need water?
Okay.
How long do you need the 90 essential nutrients? See, the problem is nutritional minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth. They occur in veins like gold and silver. And so you can be eating the same recipe that your twin brother or twin sister is taking, and they're living in Pennsylvania, and they're getting, say, 25 minerals, and you're living in Arizona, and you're only getting 3. So I'm getting the same thing. How come I'm getting arthritis here and my sister isn't? We're eating the same recipe that Grandma gave us. Well, in the old days, Grandma used to make bone broth. I don't know if you're old enough to remember bone broth.
Oh, I still drink bone broth.
Okay. And you put chicken bones and fish bones and things like that and rib bones in vinegar on top of the wood stove all night. And we'd fight over who's going to get to drink it because we knew it was good for your joints and your bones and everything. And so we came up with what we call the collagen peptides, which is collagen from fish, poultry, sheep, and beef. And it takes the place of the bone broth so people don't have to make it. We've already made it for them. Okay. And you want to take a scoop of that with your morning drink and your scoop of that with your evening drink. And that's going to regrow cartilage and ligaments and tendons. It also regrows your skin. It regrows the connective tissue in your intestines, your arteries, your veins. So collagen peptides is very, very good. It's kind of like bone broth in the old days. Okay. Now, osteoporosis is the same thing as arthritis, but it affects the long bones primarily as opposed to the joints. Now, you take the United States, Canada, and the EU, European Union together. Each year we spend, just to treat the symptoms, Judge, again, not to prevent it or cure it, osteoporosis, just to treat the symptoms, between these 3 communities, we spend $6.5 trillion. That's $2.2 trillion from each unit.
Just to make the body feel better, but not to make the body get better.
You cannot repair yourself with their treatment for osteoporosis, which is cortisone and prednisone and that kind of stuff. Okay. Women in the United States have 4 times as much or 5 times as much osteoporosis as men. The women population, female population in America is 19.6% have osteoporosis, and men in America have 4.4% have osteoporosis. And that's because women eat a very strict diet because they want to have nice skin and don't gain weight and all this kind of stuff. And men are like hyenas. Men eat everything. And so they're getting, whether they're thinking about it or not, they're getting a lot of nutrition because they're eating so many different things that women won't eat. And so that's why they have 1/5 of the rate of osteoporosis as women. It's not a gender thing. It's not a genetic thing. So we have these programs. I've been doing this for over 50 years. I've dealt with this with so many professional athletes in every sport you can think of in the world. And we've helped them, some of them, let's see here. Oh, gosh, I can't remember his name. Okay, we're talking about a basketball player, okay, who played for the Hawks, okay, and he was playing for them. He's only 24 years old, but had bone-to-bone arthritis in both his knees. A cartilage popped off his hip. He fractured his wrist, okay, and they took away his $35 million contract. I made the ultimate.
Ooh, that hurt.
That hurt. And so then I made the program for him with the 90 essential nutrients in the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. And he came back and played for, let's see, 11 more years and made $100 million just taking my program.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And so we have so many athletes in every sport: boxing, football, basketball, baseball, swimming, every sport you can think of. If they use our products, they always come in first. And when it comes to wrist, it could be osteoporosis, it could be arthritis of the wrist, it could also be osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing the spinal cord, and the nerves that go to your arms and your wrists are being pinched because of osteoporosis of the skull. Okay? And so it's one of those things where you take these programs and do it correctly and stay away from the bad foods so you can maximize absorption. No gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, or oats, no carbonated drinks, and you'll maximize absorption. If you're drinking carbonated drinks 2 or 3 or 4 times a day, you're neutralizing your stomach acid so you cannot absorb minerals or digest food. Okay, if you're eating fried foods, whether it's air fried, deep fried, pan fried, you're causing all kinds of oxidation, inflammation to your tissues, so you cannot absorb things. If you're eating gluten, wheat, barley, rye, and oats, people, grandma used to eat oatmeal for breakfast every morning for 30 years, but it damages your intestines, so you cannot absorb nutrients. Okay, so you cannot have wheat, barley, rye, and oats.
If a viewer watching and listening to you now had an ailment, again, I'll use myself, a little stiffness in the wrist, how would they know what to take? I mean, they go to the website. Does the website ask them questions that they would answer, and the result is a supplement for them, or do they talk to a human being? Do they talk to you? How does this work?
They can talk to a human being if they want to. We also, on this website, we have books. Let's Play Doctor, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods, Hell's Kitchen, these sort of things. It's all in your head. We have 21 best-selling books that they can get off the website, and they deal with great detail of all these diseases. And what I like, we have a book, it's called Rare Earths Forbidden Cures, and it goes into how to get a hair analysis, teaches you how to get a hair analysis, and you get 2 charts for the hair analysis. The hair analysis tells you if you're in the right range for all your nutritional minerals that are necessary for your bones and your skin and your arteries and your connective tissue and so forth. And also, it tells you if you have toxic metals like lead and mercury and uranium and other toxic metals. And that way you know how you're starting out. And so I like the book, Rare Earths Forbidden Cures, and it covers most of the mineral deficiency diseases, which include, all of the bone and cartilage and ligament diseases and so on. And so it's one of those things where we deal with over 600 different diseases. We have 5,000 products, and we have various price ranges so that they can actually deal with this. And if they join us and say, okay, we're going to join with the judge, Napolitano, and be part of his group, we'll give them a wholesale price on all the products. If they got an auto ship, Your Honor, I will pay the shipping for them. If they get an auto ship, I pay the shipping. Save a lot of money.
And instead of masking the arthritis with something that makes them feel good, they'll be stimulating their own body to rid themselves, to cure the body of the arthritis. A profound, to me as a simple lawyer, not a doctor, a profound difference.
Yeah, and you get an A+ because you've hit the nail on the head, sir. As usual, that's why everybody loves you. You know how to hit the nail on the head. You're a very good observer. That we've been doing this for a long time, and the advantage I have, sir, I had a degree in agriculture and nutrition. I had a degree in veterinary medicine. I have a postdoctoral fellowship in pathology. My thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure. Okay, they sell for $25,000 each. A summary of that thesis, epigenetics, the death of genetic theory disease transmission, is a summary of it. Sells for $25. Goes into about 25 different major diseases, including arthritis and osteoporosis. Okay, and it's only $25 instead of 25,000. You get the same information, and if you go to I have so many people go to the museum, okay, and they want to see my thesis because they can't believe my thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute. So they have to go with 2 guards because people have been stealing those books. And so they have to go with 2 guards so that they don't steal the books.
All right, Dr. Wallach, when you come back, what will we talk about next? Diabetes, how about that next week?
You got it, sir. That's one of my favorite subjects, and we'll be able to do a great job.
Okay, so the website is judginghealth.com. That's what it looks like when you first log on, and you can navigate your way through, and you can even talk to an expert who will guide you towards the medications that are appropriate for the symptoms you're discussing. Dr. Joel Wallach, one of our regulars on Judging Freedom. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much, dear sir.
Well, thank you so much, Your Honor. You are the greatest. We love you. So many people love you and respect you. God bless you, sir.
Thank you. Judge Napolitano for Judging Freedom.